Hello, welcome back to another one of my video on Walter Simonson. One of the titles that came out in the mid-80s that I started to collect was X Factor. It was not a tough decision to pick up the title because it contained the original member of the X-Men, my favorite team at that time. And similar to the New Mutant, when the New Mutant title came out, I was not all that jazzed up for that title until issue number 18, where Bill Sinkovich took over, and I went crazy and really enjoyed that title, more so because I was a big fan of Bill Sinkovich. The X Factor I felt was slightly better than the New Mutant at the time because I like the team member. And here is my original copy I bought of the rack. Still beautiful shape after all these years. The writer of this first few issues is Bob Layton. It's fairly unusual to see Bob Layton handle the writing chore, but he did write the first 5 issues, and it was okay. And as most of you probably already know, Louise Simonson took over the book after issue 5, and there was one small change in issue 5, in that I believe, from what I read long ago when I learned more about Louise Simonson and her involvement in the X Factor book, is the intro of Apocalypse. I think originally when Bob Layton wrote this issue, he did not have Apocalypse as the villain that they hinted on the last page, but this was basically replaced and put in at the last second, from what I can understand. But right there is basically your first glimpse of Apocalypse, much like the first glimpse of other great villain that was introduced in many books, from Wolverine to Darkseid. Anyhow, so that's issue 5, and here's issue 6, where there's a full appearance of Apocalypse. Here's my original copy. There's a slight ding right there in the corner from bad storage on my part, but he's definitely one of my favorite villain, no doubt. As far as new villain that was introduced in the 80s, I would rank him at the top, right next to perhaps Venom, but and the drawing of him, of Apocalypse, in the beginning was okay. He didn't look great yet until Walt Simonson took over the book, and like issue number 18 of the New Mutant with Bill Sinkovich, when issue 10 of X Factor came out and I saw the team of Walter Simonson and his wife, I was extremely excited because I already fell in love with his work in Thor, and so here you are, classic Simonson drawing. And for this entire run, I believe it was inked by Bob Wiacek. I think that's how you pronounce his last name. And Bob is okay as far as handling the inking duties on Walt Simonson. As we all know, Walter Simonson's style is fairly difficult for inkers to handle, in my opinion. and we already know that Terry Austin can handle it, as he did in the X-Men and New Mutants, New X-Men and Teen Titan crossover. But Bob did an okay job, as you can see right here. It's, in my opinion, sure, if Walter Simonson had time to ink, it would be better, no doubt in my mind. But I think for the most part, Bob was able to translate the penciling adequately. I think that's the best way to explain my feeling or describe my feeling on Bob inking on Walter Simonson penciling. But I really enjoy the beginning of his collaboration with his wife in issue 10. So for those Walter Simonson fan out there, you should go out there and grab this run. In my opinion, this run from this point until Walter Simonson left the book was one of the best run of the 80s. You're talking about the Teen Titan run with Wolfman and Perez, and to me this ranked right behind it as far as fun read, great story, great art, and a lot of good introduction. And perhaps right behind the introduction of Beta Ray Bill by Walter Simonson, my next favorite character that was introduced in the Marvel Universe in the 80s for me was this character. I mean, from the very first moment that they brought him on, I was completely in love with this character. I love what they did with him. As you can see, it is a beautiful splash page. I'm just going to flip right through. I love the Horsemen of Apocalypse. They were introduced, I believe, in issue, on top of my head, 15, I believe. But look at the way Apocalypse looked. He looked much more menacing with the way Walter Simonson drew him. Absolutely awesome. And let's go to the intro page, and here we go. Here is the intro page of Archangel. Look at that. I almost wish that they kept the mask, because it looks such badass. I don't know about other people, but I think I was kind of bummed that they revert him back to Angel a few years ago. I wish they kept this character, because I think he was such a better character as Archangel than Angel. I mean, when he was part of the X-Men, I've always felt that he was the weakest member of the team. By weak, I mean not that interesting to me. As well as Marvel Girl. Marvel Girl and him was kind of boring. I like Cyclops, I like the Beast, I like Iceman. But this is such an awesome recreation, rebooting of a character by Walt Simonson. I absolutely love it. And so, I can thank Walt Simonson for introducing Beta Ray Bill. Certainly not everyone's favorite, but for me, I love that character, as well as Archangel and Apocalypse. He's certainly, a lot can be said about Walter Simonson and his contribution to the 80s. No doubt one of the great. Such an awesome book. And if you're a fan of Walter Simonson, I highly recommend go out there and grab this series, because there are so many awesome covers. And this one here is my favorite Beast cover of all time of any title. If you want to talk about what's the best cover that have the Beast on it, this is it right here. Just look at this beautiful drawing. Beast has never looked so good. Anyhow, I hope you enjoy my little video on Walter Simonson. And for those that like to read comic books, especially the 80s, I say you can't go wrong picking up this run by Louise Simonson and Walt Simonson. Thanks, bye.